Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I wanted to take you guys through my apartment and show you some of the things that I have and how I like to organize certain things to just help keep my space clean, inspirational, uplifting. I do work a lot from home, so I really like for my space to be quite clean and organized. I feel like it just helps me think better. It helps to keep my mind more at ease, and then I can really focus on the things that are important, the things that I want to get done. So I'm really excited to do this video. I think we're gonna do half kind of vlog style and half me just sitting down and chatting to you guys and then showing you some like b-roll and some scenes on top of what I'm describing. So I really hope that you guys are going to enjoy this video, and let's get started. The first thing that makes such a huge difference for me in my space and when I just go to other people's homes or to a shop or something is when they have plants at home. This is one of the plants that we have, and it's in a beautiful silver vase. It's actually a stool that we just turned upside down and put the plant inside. We actually have 3 of these plants at home, and I believe they're called a peace lily plant. And plants not only look beautiful, but they also help to recycle the air. So they actually take our carbon dioxide and transform it into oxygen. So it's like a real life air purifier. Plus it just looks beautiful. I love the pop of color, and it's something that's alive as well. So I feel like it just adds a good energy to your home. You do of course have to make sure to water it, but these are really good. Like I will water these maybe once a week or so, but they are very easy to maintain. And then just for the leaves, I would recommend to put them in the shower like once every 2 to 3 months or so, and just kind of shower off the leaves to get the dust off and just to allow them to breathe better. This peace lily plant we've actually had for over 2 years, and it still looks really, really beautiful. We have moved it around a couple of times. It was in different rooms, and I just love how it adds lots of nature indoors, and you can get lots of different types of plants. This is another one that we have by our couch, and this is a little bit bigger, and I love also just like the decor aspect of having plants and how it just adds so much character and style and this beautiful touch of like chicness to a space. It really does dress up a space in the most beautiful, natural way. Along with plants, I also love fresh flowers. These are, of course, you know, they don't last as long as the plant. Like the plant you can keep for years and years, but it's really such a nice treat to have fresh flowers at home. I think these are called the Free Spirit roses, so these will actually open up a little bit bigger in the next few days. I think fresh flowers are one of the best like little pick-me-ups to buy for yourself, to buy for a friend or for a family member, and it doesn't have to be a huge bouquet either. These are actually just 7 roses, and then we've added some green foliage and a little bit of white in there as well, and it kind of like gives it a bit more volume. So it doesn't have to be like a very expensive bouquet, but just the fact of having some fresh flowers in your space from time to time I think is really nice. We've also got this beautiful plant here as well. This is in the walkway between our living room, which is on this side over here, and then through there is our bedroom and our bathroom, and it just looks very beautiful with like minimalistic type of furniture, white walls, a little bit of silver, and this simple bookshelf. So having some greens and some fresh things at home is definitely one of the main things that I think increases happiness and a sense of well-being and creativity at home. The next thing that's really important for me is try to keep things as clean and decluttered as possible. I definitely wouldn't say I'm a minimalist, but I don't like to have too many things, especially when it comes to things like my closet or my beauty room or my workspace. It can definitely get to moments where I haven't decluttered or cleaned up, you know, certain areas, especially like I mentioned, my closet or my beauty space or my desk. If I haven't been consistent with that, I feel it, like I feel it in my mind. But I try to, by the end of the day, to go back and just put some of those things away so that it doesn't get like overwhelming and a huge huge mess. It's a small win at the end of the day if you can go to bed and then wake up early to a clean space, a clean desk, a clean apartment. And something that I learned, or I heard this tip, it was a few months ago, I think it was from Gretchen Rubin. She said that whenever you leave a space, like a room, take something from that room that doesn't belong there. So when you're on your way out, just grab that thing and put it where it's supposed to be. For example, in the bedroom, you might have been drinking some tea by your bed. When you leave your bedroom, just grab the teacup with you. It could be the same for your hairbrush if you want to usually keep your hairbrush in your bathroom, or if you see some like bundled up socks by the couch or a piece of clothing or something by the sofa that shouldn't be there, just grab it on your way out and put it in your bedroom or in your wardrobe or in the laundry. So that's also like a daily maintenance of how you can keep your space clean and not having to like tackle a whole big mountain, but just taking it in small chunks so that it's manageable, it's easy, it's realistic. So daily maintenance is really important. And then something else that I strongly believe in is having a deep clean every few weeks. So every 2 to 3 weeks, every month. It depends on your space, on how big it is, on how much you have going on in your home. You know, if you have pets or if you have kids, maybe that's going to be a little bit more often. But I personally like to invest in a professional clean every 2 weeks. So we have a lovely cleaning lady, and she watches my videos. She's super sweet, and she will deep clean the apartment. So she'll do the floors, she'll get into like the little corners and the not so like, you know, easy to reach places. She will also help with the ironing. She'll do our bed sheets. She'll do Mo's shirts. She'll sometimes also do the fridge and the oven and the windows. And then I'll take care of the daily things that are more manageable for me. I still like to have things quite clean around here because, as I mentioned, I do work here, so I'm like always seeing things. But I'll make sure to wipe down the countertops. I'll also vacuum in between her visits, so it doesn't get to a point where it's like mountains of dust or anything like that. But for many years, I actually did not have a professional cleaner to come clean, so I would do it myself. I would put it in my calendar and schedule it like anything else that I would have to do. And again, just listen to some music or a podcast or an audiobook and just like get to work and have it be, you know, something that you just do every 2 or 3 weeks, whatever works for you. Now, you might not want to do your whole house or your whole apartment in one go, so you could say like, you know, every 2 weeks I'm gonna really tackle the living room, and then the next week I might do my bedroom, and then the week after that I could do the kitchen. So you're kind of keeping things on rotation. Breaking it down that way might be a little bit easier for you if you have like a bigger space or a bigger home, but I've personally always lived in apartments that have been like 1 to 2 bedrooms. I would usually tackle it all in one day, and it's just such a good feeling at the end when you have a space that's clean, that's fresh, and that you just overall feel really good being in. So keeping things clean, decluttered, minimal, and not overbearing for your mind, I think is really helpful, and definitely also helps to increase the happiness and the positivity and the good vibes in a place. The third thing that I want to talk about is the kitchen. So for me, the kitchen is so important. We don't have the biggest kitchen at all, and it's not my dream kitchen just yet, but we make the most of it. But I think something that's really important in a kitchen is to have good snacks, and especially having fruit out on the countertops. I go through a lot of lemons throughout the week, so I have this really nice like silver type of basket thing, and I will keep lots of lemons in there. And I have lemon water almost every single morning, and just to flavor food and just like put on top of, you know, different things. So lemons are definitely a staple in my kitchen, and I just love how they look as well. The yellow color is just such a fresh like pop in your kitchen, and just makes me happy to look at something that's yellow and, you know, bright. It's almost like having a little bit of sunshine inside your home. I also have a nice plant in there. You could also do like basil or some herbs or something like that if it suits for your space. So when I go to my kitchen, I feel inspired to eat healthy, to nourish myself, and there are good options for me to do that as well. All right, guys, we are now in our bedroom, and this is another really important part of how I like to keep my space positive and happy and organized, and that is to make the bed every single morning. I actually love making the bed, and I love the process of like seeing everything kind of like tumbled up, and then, you know, having it look really pretty and neat and tidy. It is something that definitely has an impact on how clear you feel in your head and actually how happy you are. There was a study that said that 71% of people who make their bed say that they're happy, while 62% 80% of non-bed makers consider themselves unhappy. So if you want to be happier, guys, make your bed. It's going to make you feel really, really good. I also feel like making your bed in the morning is just such a good habit because you are waking up and you're immediately getting something positive and productive done. And it's almost like a little, check mark that you can give yourself as soon as you wake up. Before you even leave your home, you know that you've already accomplished something. And it's also good for just encouraging some self-discipline in your morning and your routines. And it's such a nice feeling at the end of the day to come home to a freshly made bed that you can just cuddle up in, get cozy. It definitely increases the happiness and the positivity in my home. The next thing that I think makes a really big difference is to have things be organized and beautiful to look at, but also functional. So one of the ways that I like to organize my kitchen is by having these little glass jars here. I got these glass jars at a local homeware store, but I'm gonna see if I can find similar ones on Amazon. So on the shelf here, I have things that I reach for pretty much on a daily basis. So it not only looks quite pretty, but it's also, as I said, very functional and easy to use. So I've got some dates, nuts, these are different seeds, these are hemp seeds, chia seeds, oatmeal, quinoa, rice, and then I've got some charcoal over here and some diatomaceous earth. So this organization works really well for my kitchen, and I usually cook here, so it's just easy to grab and put back, and I can see when I'm running low on something. So we're now in my beauty room, and this is where I have all of my makeup and also my skincare, which is in this set of drawers over here. So this is another example of something that is quite organized and beautiful to look at, but also very functional. I actually have to go through this stuff, but just the way that this is separated into these clear plastic dividers is really, really helpful. These are again something that you can usually find at homeware stores. You can get them at the Container Store or on Amazon as well. They are just so helpful in organizing little things like makeup. This first drawer here is all of my base products. So I've got my primers, foundations, concealers, setting sprays, powders, and in this little section, these are some bronzers and highlights and blushes that I use on a daily basis. So I just keep them here. So I have these organized by category of makeup. As I mentioned, the first is all like base products. So it says foundation, concealer, powder. And then over here, I've got bronzer, blush, highlight. And these are eyes and lips. And on the bottom one, I've got body care. Even just small little containers like this are really helpful. This particular one is from Muji. They have lots of great organizational things there as well. These are actually just 2 drinking glasses. So in this one, I've just got some Q-tips. And then here I've got, of course, some makeup brushes. This is another example of organizing your jewelry. It's so much easier to see what you have. It looks pretty and organized, but again, it's also very functional. So I've got some earrings in here, some rings, and then this also has another little part where you can have like some bigger pieces as well. And this is also from Muji. Something else that I just love to have in my space are things that are inspirational to me, things that lift me up, things that nourish my mind and that keep me focused and motivated towards my goal, but also things that just spark joy in me and that remind me of the beautiful things in life. As you guys can see from this apartment, we do like to have things quite neutral in terms of furniture and the walls, but this is where those accents really come into play. So if you have, for example, photos of your loved ones, something else that I love are crystals, and those just instantly bring so much life and light and good energy to a place. Even if you don't really believe in like the spiritual or healing properties of crystals, I think just having crystals are just visually so beautiful, and that's enough. If you walk past a crystal and you admire its beauty and it makes you happy, that's the crystal doing its job. So it doesn't have to be like a really mystical thing, but just having that good energy and those beautiful shapes and those beautiful colors, having all the crystals reflect all of that light, I think for me anyway, it's a really, really positive and happy thing to have in your space. I also love to have photos around the apartment. We have a few that are framed, and again, you look at them and it just sparks this little joy and this like love and happiness inside of you just by looking at those pictures and, you know, getting those good reminders of good moments from your life. I also love looking at my 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube, which I got ages ago. I've of course surpassed way more than 100,000 subscribers now, but still it's such a good memory for me and such a proud moment for me, and hopefully we're going to reach the 1 million mark very, very soon. It's just a nice reminder, and again, it just sparks joy in me. So whatever that is for you, just have it on display and have like a clean space with then like little pops of fun and inspirational moments. Something else that I really love are vision boards. I do have 2 vision boards that are actually right over there. They are a little bit personal, but you know, you can imagine from your own visions and goals that you might have, printing out some visual representations of those, of things that you want to accomplish, of maybe places that you want to go to, or things that you want to experience in your life. Having them on a vision board, it's such a powerful thing to just glance over them a few times per day. It could be part of your morning routine to really like manifest those goals. And also just with the law of attraction, you know, you attract what you think about, you attract how you feel. And that's why I think it's really important to have a good, healthy, inspirational place so that you can feel good and attract good. I've also mentioned my little quote calendars in a few previous videos. I just got those from Amazon, and those are seriously so cute. I love tearing off the page every morning and seeing what quote is on there and how I can integrate it into my day. This is the quote for today from my Louise Hay calendar, and how fitting is it as I'm filming this video. The quote is, "My home fulfills all of my needs and desires and is filled with the vibration of love." And another one called "Seize the Day," and that one is in my beauty room where I get ready in the mornings. And the ones that I feel have a lot of meaning to me, I will usually keep them. I'll sometimes put them in my journal. It encourages a positive flow of thoughts and ideas in my mind, and it just, you know, keeps me feeling good. And last but definitely not least, I think it's really nice to have a good scent at home. I really like diffusers like this. This is one from Jo Malone. It's the Pomegranate Noir. I think that one's almost finished, so I do have to get a new one of those, but diffusers in general are great. We also have one in our bathroom, and not only do they smell really good, but they're also a nice like decorative piece. Something else that I'm really into are like the basic plug-in home fragrance diffusers. I know those are probably not the best thing, but they do work, and there's one particular scent that I love. It's the Vanilla Orchid. I believe it's from Airwick. It is so good, you guys, and it doesn't smell like an Airwick. Like, it smells really good and quite high-end and expensive, so I just keep it on the lowest setting so it's not too intense, and it will fill my whole apartment. It's incredible, and the scent is really good. Another one that's quite nice is their Fresh Laundry. I think it's like fresh linen or cotton or something like that. I like those a lot because they continually release fragrance, so it's a nice kind of steady stream of fragrance throughout the day, and it's not at all like really strong, but I like that because it's something that's very reliable. You don't have to put on a candle, although I love candles as well, but that's a really nice like basic, you know, standard thing that you can have in your apartment that will always smell good. Another good option for making your home smell good are oils. So you could diffuse oils in a like a diffuser. So those are some of my tips for how to keep your space clean and organized and just good feeling. I think it's really important and really helpful for just like your overall well-being in your mind to have a space where you feel relaxed and inspired and creative. I would love to hear from you guys. Do you have any tips for me or for anyone else watching? Maybe some things that you do for your own space that you find really helpful and uplifting. Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to know what your little things are. I hope you're all having a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah. Bye guys.